Imagine being dropped into a jazz bar on a rainy night. Well, that's how this IEM sound like. First of all, special thanks to Linsoul for providing the unit, and all the opinions are mine. Let's talk about first impression. When I first unboxed the IEM, it was same old, same ZiiGaat. Glittery IEM, bad accessories with a flimsy cable, silicone tips and case where the zip gets stuck. However, the IEMs, they look good. Same but good. Subtle black finish with a glittery top. I paired them with this cable and they looked awesome. The feel and look for the IEMs is very good. Not for the cables, for the IEMs. And for the vibe check, when I first put them into my ears, they sounded amazing, clean, balanced and neutral. Let's check the sound diary and understand how did this sound. ZiiGaat bass is a sub-bass focused and leaner mid-bass presentation. While it carries a nice body, it lagged in that slam. The speed of the bass was very good and at the same time it created a very precise attack and decay. However, I still feel the bass had a little bit of the softer slam. So if you are into something like hip hop, I would say it has enough bass to justify the sound signature. However, at the same time, it will not give you enough to enjoy it as a bass head. In the mids, it is as neutral as it gets. This is a flat mid-range and with a very good layering and separation. Instruments sound natural, vocal performance is very good as well. However, at the same time, I would say female vocals can carry a little bit more energy, though they still sound natural. And in overall presentation, I would say this is one of the best mids that you can get under $200. Listen to something like Dynacrawl and you understand the full potential of this signature. Outstanding mids control, layering and separation. I was listening to Only Trust Your Heart and the vocals in front, the slow drums in the back and all the instrument just plays perfectly. It was an excellent experience. Treble on Lush is smooth and takes a relaxed approach in comparison to the peers. It was never harsh or fatiguing and in fact I found it to be a very good IEM for treble sensitive. Cymbal feels sparkly enough to enjoy the music. It had decent brilliance, overall sparkle as well. However, I still feel it can benefit from a little bit of air. I was listening to Suzy Q and I had no issues whatsoever. It handled the song very nicely. By the way, a very good song to test out upper mids and treble. Do give it a try. Overall, I would say ZiiGaat Lush passed by flying colors in the tonality. Though, how good is it in the technical performance? Let's find out. For technicalities, I would say Lush excels in terms of imaging, layering and separation and providing you an openness in the signature. However, in terms of resolution, while it provided excellent texture, in detail retrieval it falls short in comparison to its peers. Rhythm and timing is one part where you might want to reconsider this IEM because it lacks that physicality in the music, and like any other meta IEM, it tend to get boring after some time. For dynamic range, I had no issues whatsoever. It handled the atmosphere really as well. So overall, I would say a very good or decent technical performance. Let's see how does it compare with its peers in the market. For comparison, let's take two competitors. One, Apple Explorer, which is lesser than Lush in terms of price range, however created a little bit of same experience. And at the same time, the second one is Kivier's KE4, which is in this price range, slightly above than that of course, but produced one of the best meta experience around $200. For bass, I would say Explorer provide you a more fuller bass. However, at the same time, Lush and KE4 provides you a better, more controlled presentation. Me personally would lean a little bit towards Lush. For mids, again, KE4 and Lush both are very neutral IEM in comparison to Explorer. In fact, it's as flat as it can. I personally lean towards Lush a little bit more in comparison to KE4 because of its price value for money. For treble, I would say all are good trebles. However, Lush and Explorer has better performance in treble or better control in comparison to KE4. While you cannot go wrong with any of these three IEMs, my suggestion, if you want something warm and smooth, go with Explorer. However, at the same time, you yearn for something neutral and smooth, Lush is the right choice to go here. ZiiGaat is bringing a good IEM back to back, and ZiiGaat Lush is no slouch either. It is an excellent priced IEM for its performance and signature. Specifically because of its price and performance. For the similar performance, you have to spend around $200 or more than $200. It gives you performance very near or almost similar to KE4. In fact, in many ways, I prefer Lush over KE4. It is definitely an IEM to look for if you're looking for something neutral, smooth, and a balanced signature. And if you want to experience something meta, I think definitely an IEM you should try. Well, this was it for ZiiGaat Lush. Do let me know your thoughts in comments. Do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.